Hello, Internet. How is everyone this evening? Has everybody got a case of the Mondays? You guys got a case of the Mondays? I really want to know how many of you guys called in sick today, because I know some of you did. Some of you guys called in sick because you had a case of the Mondays and you got a little hung daddy yesterday during football, didn't you? Yeah, I'm thinking that's what happened. How many of you guys called in sick for work today? I know there's some of you. Well, I hope your week is off to a wonderful start. I hope everybody had a fantastic Thanksgiving and long weekend. I am so happy to see everyone here today. And so is Scarlett. Here she is. She was waiting for you guys, but then she left. Okay, calm down. Jeez. Quit pawing me. Okay. See that? She was just pawing at me. And she owns the place. Hi, Mama. How are you? Okay. All right. Can you go lay down now? I took you to the park. You should be good. Can you go lay down? Can you go lay down, please? No. She thinks we're playing. Lay down. Okay, good girl. All right. I took her to the park today. She should be better behaved for tonight's show. All right. Let's go check the chat. Make sure everything is kosher. Make sure that we're streaming everywhere. All that good stuff. You guys are quiet tonight. What's going on? Any of you out there? Hello, hello, hello. Is there anybody out there? I don't know. I don't see any of you guys. Chat is quiet. All right. Well, we'll just start getting into stuff. I embarrassed myself in front of Gun Twitter today, you guys. It's pretty embarrassing. I'll just show you guys what I did right off the bat. So I have this red dot that's been sitting in my safe for probably 2 years, because I got it. I impulse bought a stupid shotgun. It's probably a really cool shotgun. I've never fired it. It's been sitting in my safe for 2 years, and it was an impulse buy. I didn't need the shotgun. I bought a Sullen Arms TAC 12 because I can't afford a Benelli M4, and I got this little red dot for it, right? So my dumb ass couldn't figure out why I couldn't get the dot in the center of the sight window, and I just couldn't figure it out. And I finally decided, you know what? I'm just going to ask Twitter, because there's lots of gun Twitter people out there. So I put this picture up there. I don't know if you guys can see it. You can see the LED in there, right? Well, the LED's at the bottom. It's supposed to be in the center of the sight window. So I put that out there, and I'm like, you guys, I can't. I've moved the adjustment screws. Nothing's happening. I don't get it. Why don't I see the red dot in the middle of the sight window? Well, I had it backwards. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it was mounted backwards, and I mounted my red dot on the shotgun backwards and then showed the entire internet and asked them what I'm doing wrong. Well, I'm an idiot. So that happened. Fun times, everyone. All righty, let's get into some actual news stuff. Go lay down, Scarlett. Right now. Plenty of stuff to talk about tonight. I want to kind of start off with we're going to talk about cops tonight. That's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about cops and policing and all that kind of stuff, because something came out earlier today, and it was just annoying. It was, I'm not one for I'm not the kind of guy that's going to harp on the police brutality thing all the time and beat that same old drum. But it really does bother me when I see cops that clearly don't have any training on how to restrain somebody at all. No training, no technique, no nothing. Zero. They've never even watched a YouTube video on it. And then cops that are extremely out of shape, and then cops that are small and weak. All of those things together mean that you're going to have to go to your weapon super fast, and you're going to end up doing shit that you don't need to do, all because you don't know how to restrain somebody. Look, no, I've never been a cop. No, I haven't. And all the cops out there are probably going to say, I don't know what I'm talking about, this and that. You don't know what it's like being a cop. You're right. I don't know what it's like being a cop. I only know what it's like being a bouncer, where I don't have a gun, I don't have backup, and I have to get a really large dude from there to outside, and he doesn't want to go. That's a tough spot to be in. It's not fun when you're unarmed, you have no weapons, and all you have is this and your wits and your skills, and you have to get that really giant dude that's angry outside. It's not fun, and you have to get really creative. Well, I feel like there's a lot of There's a lot of non-creativity going on. So I'm going to share a quick video with you guys, and you guys tell me what you think. Tell me if you think this is police brutality. Tell me if you think it's overkill. Tell me if you think that they handled the situation well. Let me know what you think. So let's watch this quick one. It's from Grindface. I'll go ahead and show you the lead-up video to it first. It's actually the second video in the comments, but I want you to see what led up to this. So let's watch this one first. All right. We're in McDonald's.
Hey, come over here and we'll figure it out. What am I doing? Last chance before I come get you, and I don't want you. Okay? Hey, come here. Come here. Get over here now. Get on the ground.
All right, so that's kind of where the next video comes in. All right, so I'll pause it right there. Okay, so you can see this out-of-shape female little cop. You can see this out-of-shape little male cop dude. And then you see this out-of-shape cop over here swinging a club. All right, finish this video and we'll go to the next one. Oh, yeah, and then you've got this cop with his giant, I think this is a tear canister, like a tear gas canister, non-lethal weapon at point-blank range. If he fires that into this dude, that's not going to be fun. Like, how are you really drawing down on a dude with a tear gas canister rifle, whatever that's called? You guys tell me, what am I missing here? This is insane. Okay, now he's got his taser. Okay, so that's what led up to the whole thing. Let's show a different angle. All right, so this is the one that pretty much went viral. So it starts off from a different spot. So we're already outside.
Hey, he's not resisting. What the fuck? He's not resisting. He's not resisting. I'm backed up, nigga. I'm backed up. I'm backed up. What the? I'm backed up. I'm backed up.
Okay, so many of you guys are probably going to say he's resisting. He's resisting this. Well, yeah, when somebody's trying to push your upper body straight down to the ground, it's just human reaction to try to put your hands out. And yeah, he is trying to stand back up. At a certain point, it's like, holy shit, they're going to kill me. It's like the cop that rolled up on that dude that was eating food. You guys remember this video? He like rolled up on the kid that was eating food, opens his door, the kid takes off, and the cop unloads on him. And I think he ended up killing him. It's like a flight or fight response. And yeah, I would always recommend if cops are just coming at you, just, lay down and put your hands on your belly. But look what this little, I don't want to call him names. Just look what this little turd does. Hey, Corpse, how you doing, man? So the nightstick. This is what bothers me. The nightstick. This is essentially a baseball bat. These things are, it's like the handle of the pool cue, but this long. It's the length of a baseball bat. It's probably like 32 inches and a solid freaking club. So watch this guy continue.
That's fucked up.
Okay. So right here, tell me if this is necessary.
What the fuck are you doing?
How is that helpful at all? Whacking him with the stick. Okay, so we got a freeze frame right now. You know what would be way more helpful than him continuously whacking him in the knee with the stick? If you get full mount over his legs, straddle his legs. You take both of his legs out of the fight. He can no longer use his legs. This guy's got one of his arms. How can 3 of you guys not immobilize this guy within 10 seconds? You guys suck. You suck. This isn't like I'm a better cop thing at all. I've never been a cop, but me by myself could have that guy restrained in a full Nelson and a body lock in 15 seconds. You guys have zero technique, zero training, and you suck. And because of that, people get injured, people get hurt, people have to go overkill like this guy does with his stick. It's just the simple, you're not trained good. And because of that, you have to use brutal violence. And that's what he's doing here. I get all worked up. Here, let me finish.
What the fuck are you doing? Fuck you hitting him for? He's on the floor. He's on the fucking floor. I'm backed up, nigga.
I think he goes back and hits him one more time.
Fucking McFarlane ass people, nigga. I'm from Fresno, nigga. Weird ass nigga. What, nigga? I'm here, nigga.
This was also out in what's crazy is this was in McFarland, California. The only reason I know where McFarland is because there's a cross-country movie called McFarland USA with Kevin Costner. Great freaking movie. You guys should all watch it. Great family movie. I think it's a feel-good Disney movie from back in the day. No, don't judge because of the Disney thing. But that's the only reason why I know where McFarland is. All right, A-Corps, I'll play it again since you didn't see it. So to answer your question, no, he was not complying. He was resisting. But the point is that they can't immobilize him, even if he is resisting with all of his will. Like there's the other video the other day. A-Corps. The McFarland USA. Yeah, Kevin Costner's the cross-country coach. There's the video the other day of 4 female police officers trying to arrest a single man, and they can't do it. They just don't get it done. The guy gets away. And that's my bitch. It's not that, this guy should have been complying. He had to come into him, should have complained. It's not that. It's you guys suck so bad that you can't get him immobilized because you suck. And because of that, you have to injure him severely because you suck. Like, that's my only bitch, is that it's not that cops shouldn't have tried to arrest him because he was resisting or whatever. I'm not even necessarily talking about that, even though, what did this guy actually do? He was in an argument in McDonald's with like the worker, and then he didn't go over to the cop. So that's what he did wrong. That's why he didn't comply. Remember, you can walk into a store in California, no face covering, grab $900 of merchandise, flip everyone off, and walk out the front door, and the cops won't touch you. This guy gets in an argument in McDonald's, and they do this to him. This is the whole anarcho-tyranny crap that I'm talking about. I'm not down with this shit. So let's play it one more time. So this is just for you, A-Corps. Play the whole thing starting over. It's only like a 50-second video.
Hey, he's not resisting. What the fuck? He's not resisting.
So he hits him in the arm that he's like holding himself up with, and then he like goes to like, this isn't just he's straight up trying to get away. He's like trying not to fall flat on his face. He's using his arm to hold his upper body up. Well, this cop's like, put your hands behind your back. It's like the body doesn't move this way. He's resisting. Well, you cops aren't exactly cooperating with his normal bodily movements either. This is kind of a dance that you guys got to do, and everybody is stepping on each other's toes. It's just, this is a shit show. This is an absolute shit show. And again, no, I'm not a cop. Me and my best friend would have this guy immobilized in zip ties in 15 seconds because we train and we practice submitting each other. Cops don't do that, and it drives me freaking crazy. In my opinion, every single officer should have, before they can even get in a squad car, should have a blue belt. And the city should pay for it. It's got a 5-day work week. 1 day should be training. You're not out on the street, you should be training. And cops should be paid twice as much. Anyway.
He's not resisting. I'm backed up, nigga. I'm backed up. I'm backed up.
Watch him whack him in the knee.
I'm backed up. I'm backed up.
Look, he doesn't even need
That's
to be
fucked
over
up.
there, and he just goes over and decides to crack him in the knee.
What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?
Like, that's right on your knee bone. That hurts so bad. Like, that might be an injury that he had. Like, he could have fractured a bone in his leg with doing that. It's, oh boy. Yeah. Danger, there's no funding for that type of training, so they say. Yeah, I know. There's plenty of funding for fentanyl needles, though. You know, it's whatever. Okay. It's yeah, okay. One of the guys that's in the chat right now, if you took all these cops away and this guy's in line at the McDonald's, say before any of these cops get on scene, and you just say, hey, me and my buddy Danger over here would bet these cops. I bet you I could get this guy out of there and restrained in less time without him being injured with all of you guys and all your weapons. Like, I think after watching this video, Danger, you'd probably agree with every single cop in this video sucks at restraining a person. I'm not saying they suck at shooting. They suck at, well, they suck at cardio. I can tell you that. They suck at cardio. And what's up with the dude with the giant freaking tear gas canister holding the guy down with, like, how are you going to draw down on somebody with a tear gas canister rifle thingy at point blank range? You got to be freaking kidding me. It's all right. So that's it. That sort of just started off my morning, and it like sent me down battling with cops in the morning, just talking shit about cops. The thing that sucks is I train with cops. I have two friends that are actual cops. I know lots of cops, and everything that I say on the internet, I say to my cop friends. I can't really call them friends. I know cops. One is a kind of a friend. Anyway, all right. I think that's all I'll talk about that one. It's just, this seems like a clear example of cops need better training in de-escalation. Cops need better training in subduing criminals. And yeah, it's not in the budget, all this and that. Well, okay, then cops aren't in the budget. Like, I would rather have less cops that are better trained than throw a bunch of bodies at the problem. Like, that's what they seem to be doing. And a bunch of good cops are quitting because of all the, selective enforcement of the law. Like the NYPD is screwed right now. People are leaving as soon as people are leaving before they can even get their pensions. It's pretty crazy. So, all right, actually, I got a ton of crap I want to get into, so let me get out of this one. So, all right, enough of this one, because there's a whole bunch of California crap that I want to get into. They need to be taught proper MRT. But they might, I'm not even, but they might GF him. I can't even say it. Yeah, I can. Screw it. I don't even care about YouTube anymore. A-Corp says they might. What's MRT? A-Corp, what is MRT? He's saying, but then they might George Floyd him. Okay, did you guys see this? This is out of Tennessee. This is in Memphis. This is just freaking. We live in the craziest times, people. Broad daylight, middle of the freeway. This dude on the bike is opening fire on this car while riding his motorcycle on the freeway. Oh, God, this thing again. Oh, Jesus. I hate it when it does this. Sorry, guys. My internet sucks. MRT is a restraining technique. What does it stand? What does it mean? My restraining technique is freaking full Nelson and a body lock. Like, just go to every time. Also, standing full. If you're really tall, like Danger knows how tall I am. If you're really tall, the full Nelson should be your go-to move. Like, always. Standing full Nelson when you're really tall is brilliant. I mean, all you have to do is wrap somebody up, get their feet 2 inches off the ground, and you can walk them wherever you need to go. That was what I did in the clubs when I was a bouncer. If I had to get somebody out of the club and it was a big dude, I would sneak up behind him. First you have to ask him to leave multiple times. You ask him to leave. If they say no, we had a stage that people weren't allowed to get on, and dudes would always get up there. Like chicks were allowed to get on the stage, but dudes weren't. And there was every night you'd have to get a dude off the stage. And there was several times, actually every night, I would have to get a guy off the stage and often walk him out of a club. It was San Jose Bar and Grill, downtown San Jose. There's always cops lined up on the street right next to the railroad tracks. So my move would just be, after I've asked them to leave several times, walk up behind them, wrap them up in a full Nelson, get their feet a little bit off the ground. I'd walk them out, kind of waddle them out, and I would drop them right in front of the cops. They can't do shit. Like, have a good night. And it worked. Nobody got hurt. Full Nelson. Nobody's getting hurt. It's kind of embarrassing, but yeah, nobody gets hurt. Anyway, alrighty. Let's see. So, did you guys see this? Freaking. Okay. Hopefully it'll actually play this time. Let's see if I can expand it here. Okay, so this motorcycle rider on the freeway over in Memphis decided to open fire.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Car.
It sucks.
Car right here. This dude right here is shooting at this car right here.
Look at this. He pops off like 3 rounds. Watch. He's got the gun in his left hand.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 3 rounds. Insane. Watch one more time, guys.
This dude right here
oncoming
is
traffic in the other
this
direction.
Car right here.
Like, look what's downrange of him. So, right.
Oh my God.
Luckily, that wall was high. Like, he easily could have just fired into oncoming traffic.
This dude right here is shooting.
Insane. That was insane. Sorry, might not have been able to hear me. MRT is a technique they used against George Floyd. It was the training manual. Oh yeah, the stupid. Well, that was a bad technique. Like, I don't even know how anybody think that's an effective way to restrain somebody either. So, okay, I know what MRT is now. Yeah. So, yeah, I never. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that's a good technique. But the full Nelson and a body triangle would also not be a good technique if you're a cop. You don't want to go to the ground and be completely immobilized when his buddy can come up and stomp you in the brain. Like, so, I'll admit there's like plenty of. I'm not a cop. I don't know the tactical awareness standards that they need to have or whatever. But all I know is those cops are out of shape. They didn't have any sort of technique on how to restrain somebody, and they were weak. They were not strong, except for homeboy with the big old tear gas canister thing. No, I know. Yeah, I know. It's in their handbook. I know. It's just, I think their handbook probably sucks. I don't know. I seriously want to go to like a police academy and be like, all right, guys, get the cuffs on me. Like, I just think it'd be super fun. That would be wouldn't that be fun, Danger? It's like, all right, let's see what you fuckers got. Get your fat ass over here. Get the cuffs on me. Yeah, I'm talking to you, 5'4", 200-pound female. Get the cuffs on me. Like, I think that would be a fun training exercise for cops too. All right, 4 of you guys, get the cuffs on me. Like, that would just be fun, as long as it wasn't on concrete. Anyway, all right. I wonder if we could make that happen. That would just be super fun to do. Okay, so yeah, like I was firing on cars. I was in Memphis though, so it wasn't in California. Okay, do you guys, what's going on over in Richmond right now, you guys? The freaking refineries are on fire right now. They had a power outage, and you guys seeing this? So all the smokestacks over in Richmond are flaring right now. I guess this is what they got to do when the power goes off. They have to burn off this crap. I don't know. This is like the Chevron refinery, right? So, yeah, so that's happening over in Richmond. I just found out about this right before the show started. So let's see what NBC Bay Area has. Which, Danger, was it your black belt buddy? The guy I met? Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, because they suck. Well, once you get past like 3 people on one, the more people you add, the worse it's going to be. It's you're actually in each other's way at that point. One guy, wrap up the legs. Like, just that by itself, if you get one guy to just immobilize those legs and then one guy take one arm, it's just so freaking, yeah. Danger. I would be willing to bet that they would have a very difficult time with you. They would have an extremely difficult time with you. And it would be hilarious. It'd be hilarious because I know your ass would be laughing the whole time like you're getting tickled. You'd probably be saying jokes. It'd be freaking funny. Okay, so hazardous materials teams investigating flaring at Chevron refinery in Richmond. Hazardous material team is investigating the flaring that sparked Monday afternoon after a at the Chevron refinery in Richmond. Chevron Richmond said the flaring activity occurred after a partial outage at the facility. A plume of smoke could be seen across the Bay Area during a flaring, which was first responded at 3:45. Blah blah blah. Okay, I guess this is normal. I've seen this before. I just, it's quite a sight to see when it happens. So, yeah, that's happening. All right. Okay, we'll go back. So, yeah, that's happening. All righty. Ireland, full authoritarian. Did you guys see this one? So this boggles my mind. It doesn't surprise me, but it boggles my mind because this is like we're reliving. We're going through like a period of global authoritarianism right now. And it's like all the lessons we were taught about authoritarianism, whether it's in Europe, whether it's in China, whether it's anywhere, all the lessons we learned about authoritarianism and centralization of the means of production and distribution, all that crap that we learned, we still come back to the idea of for the greater good. It's like for the greater good is like the most vile phrase spoken in human history because it's just the social contract for the greater good. It's just all that commie gobbledygook. So listen to what I don't know who this chick, Ireland's Green Party. Okay, I swear she said stuff that I've agreed with before too. I've heard her say some righteous ass shit before. I think Ireland's Green Party Senator O'Reilly, we are restricting freedom for the common good. So just listen to this crazy chick talk.
When you think about it, all law, all legislation is about the restriction of freedom. That's exactly what we're doing here, is we are restricting freedom, but we're doing it for the common good. You will see throughout our constitution, yes, you have rights, but they are restricted for the common good. Everything needs to be balanced. And if your views on other people's identities go to make their lives unsafe, insecure, and cause them such deep discomfort that they cannot live in peace, then
So look at that criteria that she just set up. That they are uncomfortable. Let's play what she just said again really quick. So she just set three criteria for why they could restrict speech based on these three things.
Then I believe that it is our job as legislators to restrict those freedoms for the common good. They cannot live in peace, then cause them such deep discomfort that they cannot live in peace. Unsafe, insecure, and cause them such deep
unsafe, insecure, and cause them great discomfort. So that's the criteria set by her for restricting somebody's speech. Unsafe. Okay, so now she has to define unsafe, and now she has to define unsecure, and then she has to define discomfort. And if she can define those three terms loosely enough, then they can shut anybody up for making somebody else uncomfortable. It's madness. This is what always happens when you put restrictions on rights and freedoms. They get abused by the government every time. So, okay. Terry Wallace, the problem is it works only one way. You can stab people, but you can't discuss it. Wait, what? I think you're talking to A-Corps. Let's see. Time for a revolution? What, in Ireland? What do you mean, A-Corps? What kind of revolution? Are you getting all Fed boy on me right now? What are we talking about here? No revolutions. I don't like revolutions. Revolutions always end up very bloody and with lots of death. I don't want a revolution. Not at all. I really don't. Everywhere. Oh, man. Well, if you chose a different word, I'd be with you. What do you mean by get rid of the left? Like that's the thing too. It's not. That's the problem. Like here in California, for example, everybody thinks that California is full of raging, crazy, radical progressives everywhere. It's just not true. It's maybe 10% of the population. Most people don't pay attention to politics or any of this crap. And because of that, they just sort of have this default Democrat position because that's the California default. That's what our parents did and all that kind of crap. And people just think, oh, you know, the funny thing is people probably think liberal. Oh, free speech, anti-war. That's probably the things that they think of when they think I'm going to vote Democrat. Free speech, anti-war. And that's just not the case anymore. And I think that it's really just a lack of education of what is currently taking place in California politics. This isn't Democrat values, what your mom and pop are used to. These are radical left-wing Marxist progressives. These are not Democrats. The Democrat Party has been infiltrated and taken over. It is, especially in California, with the supermajorities in the state Senate and the legislature. It's insane. It's radical Marxist progressives. And yeah, make leftism illegal. I'm not a statist, bro. I can't. I'm not down with that. I agree with the sentiment, but I don't like it defeats the whole purpose of libertarianism, is using the state to enforce against what you don't like. It's like the One Ring. You can't wield the power of the One Ring. The government is like the One Ring. It cannot be wielded. Isildur, cast it into the fire. Sorry, I won't do that again. Okay. Let's see. All right, so that's Crazy Ireland. They are going ham. They are going full bore on trying to shut everybody up, including Conor McGregor. All right, I want to play this quick clip. Oh, we're doing good on time. We are doing excellent. Okay, I want to play this quick clip from Bill Maher talking with Oliver Stone. Many of you guys may know
American
Oliver
Labs.
Stone.
The labs that we have in Ukraine, all those for
Oliver Stone.
development of research.
Of what?
Oliver Stone had that great documentary on Ukraine. He's done a ton of documentaries. He did the film JFK.
Maybe we'll never get there, but I feel like
actually JFK was like the first. Oliver Stone's JFK was like the first conspiracy theory thing that sent my brain wild. Actually, no. I had a book on like the Bermuda Triangle and stuff like that when I was a kid, and I was fascinated with that crap. I was fascinated with the Titanic and all sorts of crap. But the Oliver Stone really started. I think he might be the first person that sent me down a rabbit hole. So let's listen to Oliver Stone talking to Bill Maher on his podcast about the biolabs in Ukraine. And you guys tell me, what do you think Bill Maher is telling the truth here?
maybe we'll never get there, but I feel like it's tipping toward lab leak and not bats.
It's worse than that, I think. What are the labs in Ukraine? What is that about? The American labs over there, as if we're dumping in Ukraine all the things that
what are you talking about? American labs?
The labs that we have in Ukraine, for development of research.
Of what?
On all kinds of research, agricultural.
We have labs in Ukraine?
We had.
All right, I feel like he's playing dumb here. Do you I don't know. He's either playing dumb or he really is that uninformed. Like anybody who is paying even remote attention knew about the Ukraine labs very early on in the war. So I'm not sure. A-Corps, yeah, Crazy Victoria Newland. She's such a freaking scumbag too. You can just, how do these people get into positions of power? Like this woman seems dumb to me, like an unintelligent person. And she somehow failed her way into this position just by the way she talks and her body language. And, well, I'll just leave it at that.
Well, I don't know. They kind of buried it. Do you remember she admitted it? Newland admitted it?
I only have a minute left. Let me ask you, does Ukraine have chemical or biological weapons?
Ukraine has biological research facilities, which, in fact, we are now quite concerned Russian forces may be seeking to gain control of. So we are working with the Ukrainians on how they can prevent any.
Like, she just seems like she was caught so off guard with that question, and it's probably the number one question she should have known that she was going to be asked. And she said Ukrainians. She just seems like a stupid person to me. She just seems like a dumb individual that somehow got her to this high level of government.
Any of those research materials from falling into the hands of Russian forces should they approach.
Admitted what?
She said we had labs there.
Why was that controversial?
Well,
were we making anthrax?
Maybe. Maybe or new versions of it.
So what's funny is he brings up anthrax. Dude, I totally forgot about the anthrax after 9/11. Do you guys remember that? I totally forgot about that until Jake Shields posted it a couple days ago. I completely freaking forgot about that. He might be coming on my show too, guys. That would be pretty cool if he does. I got some awesome guests lined up. But do you guys remember after 9/11? I can't remember how long after, but it wasn't that long after. It was like the months directly after 9/11. There was a bunch of people getting sent anthrax, like government officials getting sent anthrax, and it was a bunch. And like in the letter, it was a bunch of stuff that was like, it would just say like jihad and like a bunch of crap like that. And like looking back at it now, it's just like so obviously, I don't know that. And the anthrax was it was U.S. government anthrax. After they did the testing on it, it was confirmed that the anthrax came from the U.S. government. So after 9/11, like, remember there was everybody. They wanted to go to war with Iraq, so they had to demonize everyone in the Middle East and make us think that they were all, not really like human over there. And that's sort of what they drove into our brains. Yeah, the anthrax and envelopes. Yep. And I'm sorry, this seems like a major false flag on top of 9/11 to me, the anthrax stuff. So just him saying anthrax totally reminded me of that because I completely forgot about the anthrax and envelopes.
I mean, we don't know. That's the point, Bill. It was buried. Come on. I'm surprised at you.
I'm sorry. I don't know that. You're right.
Well,
we all have gaps in our knowledge.
I don't think he had a gap in his knowledge there. I think he was playing dumb, personally. I don't know, unless he really is that freaking clueless. So that was kind of a shocker that came out. I think that might be all I wanted to show. Oh no, it's not. Okay, I'll come back and get into that one if I have time because, man. So I want to talk about this burglary over in Oakland. So I don't know if you guys saw this one yet, but the crime is escalating every day in Oakland. Well, in all of the Bay Area. And now it is, man, I always forget to put it in the right screen. I'm like almost done with the show and I forgot to put it in the right screen. So crime in Oakland is, you could say crime is organized when you get a bunch of people going to a retail store that obviously coordinated on the internet, decided to meet somewhere and, mob the store with 100 people going in and stealing a bunch of stuff. That's organized crime. But when people think of organized crime, they think of like, The Sopranos and shit like that, where they're, like Fast and the Furious, when they're taking over, they're robbing semi-trucks and stuff like that. They're hijacking semi-trucks. Well, this is happening now in Oakland. And this whole thing's caught on camera. This is 7-Eleven. And in Oakland, they're hiring armed guards for deliveries to 7-Eleven now. That's how bad it is. because these trucks clearly keep getting robbed. This is the middle of the day. This is 5 o'clock in the afternoon that this is happening in the middle of Oakland, like in the town, right in the middle. Cop could drive down the street at any moment. They do not care. All 8 of them have firearms. So let's just watch this footage. This is from CBS News Bay Area, KPIX Channel 5.
Multiple masked men pointed guns at the security guard. The armed guard was their first target. The robbers took his gun and later tossed away his taser. Once they had the guard on the ground, the robbers went into the delivery truck to take large containers of cigarettes.
It was scary. It's scary, and it is scary for the customers.
Store owner Rajan Gary witnessed the robbery from inside his 7-Eleven store. He had about 5 customers. You can see in the surveillance video, he closed the front door to protect themselves.
Everybody saw it. It's on a broad daylight, so everybody was taking pictures from the neighborhood.
Rajan says there was.
They're all flagging the hell out of each other too. If you guys notice this, they're like just zero discipline at all. It's just bad. I'm surprised these guys haven't shot each other here on accident yet.
Nothing anyone could do. There were 8 men with guns, some with extended magazines. Witnesses at a gas station and inside.
Wait a minute. Okay, I know this has to be fake news because extended magazines are illegal in California.
Restaurants across from Grand Avenue tell me they were in shock. Some of them called 911. Could it be an inside job?
I have no idea how do they track it, but I think they have people going around. They recognize that.
Holy crap. Is that at Grand and MacArthur? Like, you guys, this isn't like in the cuts somewhere in Oakland. This is right smack dab in the middle of the town. Like, holy crap. It's crazy. This stuff just goes down in broad daylight. But yeah, so they knew the truck's delivery schedule. Obviously, there's 8 of them. All of them are armed. All of them are masked. You know that they're taking all these goods and bringing them back to somewhere and kicking up to the guy at the top. This is organized crime, guys. And the cops are outnumbered. The cops are outmatched in Oakland. Okay.
The truck.
It happened Saturday at around 5 p.m. Since it's not their first robbery, a security guard accompanied a delivery driver to drop off cigarettes to the 7-Eleven store.
Cigarettes is high value, and they can easily.
No, A-Corps, that's the joke. We always joke that, like, you know, wait a minute. His rifle doesn't look like it's California compliant. A-Corps, aren't you in like England or something? Where are you? I don't know where you're located, but yeah, in California, we have to do silly shit. Like we have to have a stupid paddle on the back of our pistol grip on our gun. So we always make jokes about, because these laws are useless. They make laws that, you know, if I want to go buy a new AR, I either have to have this big stupid fin. Okay, you're in Canada. So in most, you can just go to the store and buy an AR. California, you got a 10-day waiting period. Other places there's not. But in California, you have to have the rule is you can't have your thumb below the trigger. So you either have to have this stupid grip that angles your hand backwards, you have to have this big fin on the back, or if you want to have a pistol grip, you have to have this thing called the juggernaut system, which actually breaks open the fucking receiver. Every time you change the mag, you have to have what's called a bullet button, or it like cracks the receiver open a tiny bit. You drop your mag, put the new mag in, and then shut the thing again. So it's so stupid. The point is, all of us are the ones that we have sorry, A-Corps, all of us are the ones that have to follow these stupid rules, and then none of the criminals are going to obviously follow it. And all this stuff is relatively easy to get, because it's like, not like if you outlaw it, all of a sudden the gun disappears. It's still there.
You know, I think sell on the streets.
Rajan says their most expensive merchandise is cigarettes. Each carton sells for over $100. In fact, robbers have repeatedly robbed convenience stores in Oakland specifically for cigarettes. This is surveillance footage taken from a different 7-Eleven back in September, where gunmen took money and cigarettes. In August, thieves used a stolen Jeep to rip out the storefront of a cigarette store in Oakland's Little Saigon. Oakland police have so far responded to close to 3,300 robberies. They say that's a 35% increase compared to last year.
Compared to last year, and last year was way up. So there's like a 70% increase in robberies in Oakland from pre-COVID.
not seen any significant steps taken by the city.
He's basically saying, yeah, they keep robbing us blind. The city ain't doing nothing about it. Non-compliance is your constitutional duty. Well, I mean, I agree, but I'm also dumb, and I already have the fin on my AR. So, and I don't want to just shave the damn thing off because then it's just, yeah, I don't like the grip as it is anyway. I want to change it out, so I don't know. Yeah, that's a hairy one. Constitutional duty, non-compliance. Yeah, if they really want to stick it to you, though, they could. You know California DAs, that's what they would do. At the same time, I don't want to put anybody on blast, but I was at the range. I won't say what range, not too long ago, and there was a dude there with an AR pistol, like no brace. All it had is, I don't know what you guys call the stock that comes off the back. That's just like it looks like a post. It just looks like a fucking post. Sorry, Shelly. I keep dropping the F-bomb tonight. I don't know what that's called, but I mean, it was obvious. It had a pistol grip on it. The barrel was super short. The stock wasn't even a stock. Like, it was clearly not California compliant. And I was just like, hey, does anybody ever mess with you? He's like, no, nobody gives a shit. I was like, really? I was like, even cops? He was like, no, nobody gives a shit. I was like, what? Yeah, it's like, it seems most people are pretty cool about it. No, it wasn't a car. What? Okay. What is the difference between a carbine and is the difference between a carbine and like a AR style rifle because it uses the gas to cycle the bolt? Is that the difference between a carbine and a AR? Like, I know a carbine is like the Kel-Tecs have those 9mm stupid carbines. But I couldn't tell you what the difference is between a gas powered rifle, like the difference between an AR and an AK. Like, the AK is piston driven, and then I don't know. I couldn't tell you the difference. Danger, maybe you could tell me. Barrel length. Arm Dave, buddy, I haven't seen you forever. Barrel length is the difference between a carbine and a. Okay, I had no clue. I had no clue. The difference? Barrel length is the difference? Armed ape? That's awesome. Okay, I had no clue. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for telling me that. Alrighty. Okay, so organized crime in Oakland is going off the rails. I think that was the last Oakland story I wanted to talk to you guys about. Yeah, I got a little more time. Let's keep going here. So there was a border story I wanted to tell you guys about. Oh, yeah, this. Freaking, the border's going bonkers, you guys. So this is from Efren Gonzalez, and he joined a migrant caravan out over across the border, and apparently somebody is giving all of these migrants, like, they don't know where to go, so there's people guiding them with GPS. Wait, what? Who? Why? Where is this funding coming from? Why? What is happening? What? Somebody's guiding them with GPS? Okay, let's watch.
I'm Efrain Gonzalez, correspondent with Butterhack News. This is how mass migrant crossings.
Armed Ape, I'm always stoked when you're here. Carbine is 16-inch rifle. Carbine is 16-inch. Rifle is 20-inch. Oh, so my AR is a freaking carbine? Because my AR is a 16-inch barrel, I think. Oh, interesting. It's funny. Okay, interesting. Here, sorry. I'll stop getting distracted.
Are carried out at Eagle Pass.
We followed this large group of migrants who left the only shelter that is open in Piedras Negras just at sunset. Most of these people do not know how to get to the river. However, through GPS, they obtain the exact location where forklift tractors raised the razor wire last October.
¿Saben el camino al río?
No, señor, no. Estamos con GPS y yo no con el guía.
We accompanied this caravan that walked for an hour in the darkness to reach the crossing point. The migrants said
that river was moving so fast. Did you guys see that? Are they really crossing that? Look how fast this water's moving. This is insanely dangerous to cross. Look at that.
The migrants said they were angry that Mexican authorities sent them to cross into this dangerous area of the river at night.
Oh.
¿Por qué migración hizo eso? De sacarnos de la casa de las monjas a que nosotros cruzáramos el río sabiendo que eso estaba hondo. Cuando la cual hay muchas personas que cargan niños.
The crossings of these GPS-guided caravans have become much more frequent in Eagle Pass this November.
You guys, you know what I would love to do? And you guys are going to think I'm freaking crazy. And I would absolutely do it right now if I could. If I could raise the money to do this, I would love to fly to Mexico, join one of these caravans, and come across and go on the whole adventure with them and just document it. I actually think it would be fun. I would enjoy the adventure, especially if it was like a multi-day trip. We're doing the whole thing by foot. You know, my ass would start running. But I want like more of an inside view of this. So yeah, that would be very interesting to do. Because I want to know who is organizing all of this. You guys are gonna think I'm crazy. I legitimately think the CIA is doing this with the cartels. I think this whole thing is organized by the intelligence agencies. Oh, A Corp. Yeah, no. I've seen a few people do it, but I want to do it just because I actually think I would enjoy the trip. Like, it would be fun for me. Okay, that is from Borderhawk News. So quite interesting, you guys. A lot going on. Yeah, Danger, you're with me on that one. All right, there's a couple California things we wanted to get into before we get out of here. I wanted to read this whole Kevin Kiley thing to you, but I don't have time. Okay, so I don't want to bitch about money to you guys, so I'm going to let this guy do it for me. So this is what.
How do you guys do it?
I couldn't imagine like starting off my career in 2023. You know, being in my young 20s, like fresh out of college, just trying to make it. Today, it's just listen to this guy's story. He's trying to take care of his mother, so I have like even more of a soft spot for this guy. But how are people surviving? How are people making it right now?
How do you survive? I'm apartment shopping. I'm looking for a place to live, and it's so out of my reach. I work 2 jobs from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then from 4 p.m. till 11:30 p.m. I literally run to my second job just to be on time, and I still can't afford living in California. Like, I just can't. I know some of you guys have roommates. I can't do that because I take care of my mom, you know? So it's awkward. It's not everybody's willing to share a house with an elderly woman, you know? So how? I feel like a single parent. Like, I'm apartment shopping. I've even considered renting a room. And just to give you a perspective, a room here in Thousand Oaks, where I live in Ventura County, is going for $1,200 a room, 1 room. God forbid I look for a studio, you know? And it's like, they want $1,600 for a little tiny studio, and they want you to make 3 times the amount of rent. Perfect credit. God forbid I look for a 2-bedroom or even a 1-bedroom apartment. One bedroom apartment goes for $2,300 in my area. A 2-bedroom apartment goes for $3,200. How do you guys survive? Jesus Christ, when did fucking living become a luxury? Like,
it's everybody, everybody is just working to live, like just to exist. There's nothing outside of like middle class people right now. All they can afford is the roof over their head, their bills, and their food, and every month they're falling more and more behind. It really is insane right now. I am so fortunate that I found this place that I'm in 5 years ago, and my amazing ass landlord has never raised the rent on me ever. I pay $1,800 a month, and that's a lot. A lot of you guys are probably like, "Oh crap, $1,800? That's a steal." Like, he could probably get $2,200 a month for this place. I hope he's not watching. And it's a tiny place. It's tiny. I got my living room, you're looking at my living room. My living room is my studio now. I don't have a couch. Like, this is a total bachelor pad. There's a reason I'm single. I have a tiny kitchen, a tiny bathroom, and a bedroom, but I also have like a little basement. The great thing is I have a huge backyard, and the whole thing goes around. Like, my dogs can run all the way around my house. It's a tiny house, but it's got a really giant yard. So it's great for my dogs. My neighbors are fantastic. I'm surrounded by redwood trees. It's fantastic. I got a steal. But if I fall behind and I end up getting kicked out of here, I don't know what I'm going to do. It's going to be scary. It's going to be bad. And this kind of stuff is not encouraging. So it's, I don't like super stress out and worry, because I know that as long as I keep the faith, keep plugging away, keep doing what I'm doing, I always end up on my feet and, keep giving shout outs to the big man. Things always seem to work out, but it's concerning more. It's not even just for me. It's how many people are going to go homeless in this next year that are genuinely trying, like people with jobs, people with educations that aren't doing things wrong, people that aren't addicted to drugs, people that aren't like raging alcoholics, that people that are doing everything they can and just still aren't making it. Rochelle, you paid $2,300 for a tiny home in La Honda. Yeah, that's super pricey, but yeah, and La Honda, you guys probably have no clue where that is. La Honda is over, it's also in the Santa Cruz Mountains. It's on the ocean side of the Santa Cruz Mountains, but it's like right over the hill from Woodside, which is one of the richest, wealthiest areas in the world. Like, in California, Woodside is, Woodside's where all of the, not all, like Woodside, Portola Valley, Aptos, or Los Altos Hills, Palo Alto Hills, all that stuff is like the bougiest area out there, and La Honda's right next to that. So, yeah, I love La Honda too. It's freaking beautiful out there, but they don't have any stores. That's what sucks. All they got is like that bar. All right, so yeah, I just want to see are you guys struggling? I know I'm not the only one. I know people are doing it quietly too. I know there's a lot of people that are very proud, and don't want to talk about it. It's, yeah, I don't know. I hope you guys are getting by. Woodside was your pod. I love Woodside. Woodside's beautiful. There's this freaking cop on Woodside Road that always gives tradesmen tickets, though. It's like right when it comes on to you get off of whatever that is, like 84 right there, and it turns on and you start coming into downtown Woodside. Right when it makes that weird, crazy turn, it goes from like a 45 down to a 25 super fast. There's always that stupid motorcycle cop sitting right there that busts all the tradesmen. Never pulls over the people that live there. He only busts the tradesmen. It's freaking annoying as hell. All right, folks. I think that is, whoa. I don't even know what this is, but I don't even want to. Actually, God, that is terrifying. You guys see this? This just popped up on my feed right here. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't look correct. This little flame coming out of the gas pipe there, that doesn't look correct. Okay. All right, guys. I think that is all I got for the evening. I will be back here tomorrow night at 6:30. If you guys made it all this way and you want to give the show a like, that would be awesome. I would much appreciate it. Guys, give that like button a tap. If you want to share this thing, repost, send it to a friend, all that good stuff. If you want to support the show, all the links are in my X bio. If you want to contribute, it is always much appreciated. And yeah, thank you everybody for hanging out and listening. Rochelle, A-Corbs, Terry Wallace, freaking Danger and Armed Ape, man. It's so nice to see you over here, Armed Ape. If you guys are over on YouTube, go give Armed Ape a follow. He is hilarious. I love his videos. He is the funniest dude on the internet. All right, you guys, that was fun. I will see you guys tomorrow night at 6:30. But before we get out of here, you know what we do it. Gotta read a joke from the greatest book ever written, The Truth About Chuck Norris. All right, let's see what we got tonight. Okay. I liked that Medusa one. That was funny. Okay. All right, folks. You guys ready for the Chuck Norris joke of the evening? All right, here we go. Here it is. A man once asked Chuck Norris if his real name was Charles. Chuck Norris did not respond. He simply stared at him until the man exploded. And on that note, folks, stay CaliBased.